Greetings and salutations. This is Rick Copple coming at you from Denver, Colorado. Another episode of Modeling Screwer Guy. Today we're going to take a look at Manjaro Mate desktop version. Now, I have to admit, I was a little bit unsure of Mate in that I guess I hadn't really used it a lot. Mainly because I like Cinnamon. I know Cinnamon was very similar to Mate, so I use Cinnamon all the time. Well, why did I go Mate when I got Cinnamon? I was used to it, so that's what I like, and so that's what I used. But I've been pretty impressed with Mate actually. I can see why OTB likes that, and other people like Mate. It's not the cinnamon. I'm going to switch from cinnamon to Mate anytime soon, but I could use it pretty easily. I like it a lot. So let's take over and go to the desktop and look at Manjaro Mate. Okay, you should see my desktop now. And this is what it looks like out of the box. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. And it has a very traditional looking menu if you look at here. Check it out. So yeah, so you click on it, accessories. Pretty much most of this is what comes out of the box with. Multi-calculator, Manjaro user guide. In case you want to know how to use this sucker. Multi-font viewer, multi-search tool, plank, pluma, stupidly simple. I'm curious what plank is exactly. Oh, it's just yeah, you can make it apple-like down here if you wanted to. We'll go back down here menu. Look at this. We continue on with our examination. You got games. Sorry, no items, no games. You can't play games on this sector. No, just kidding. You can put whatever games you want on it. Sorry, no item found. Graphics. I have my image viewer. Color selector. And internet. Got Firefox installed out of the box. For your web browser. Xchat, Steam. There's your game. I don't know why I have that listing games too. Thunderbird, transmission, Office. You have Material document viewer. As you look at PDFs and stuff like that. Mate dictionary. Only opposite top edition. I ripped that out and put it in LibreOffice myself because I have all my novels written in LibreOffice, so and I have to have it. So anyway, other it's HP UI scan. So I don't have a HP printer, so it wouldn't do me much good. Preferences. Yeah, scissors, Bluetooth adapters, managers, displays, file manager, file configuration, keyboard, shortcuts, quantum viewer, quantum manager, main menu, Manjaro notifier settings, Manjaro save manager, Mate tweaks, mouse, network proxy, file notification, power management, preferred. I can get a lot of these right here in this control center. So one thing I liked about Mate is that it has a easily accessible control center. You got a lot of those applications right there. Appearance and feel. A lot of those things right there, yeah. Say your window properties, things of that nature. What's the Windows property? Aha, glad you asked. And yeah, so title bar buttons. That's these buttons over here. You send them to the left. You send them to the right. Point. They pop over there. So if you want to make this look like Apple, just like this. You have stock down the bottom, running on it. Away you go. There's panel. Okay. Guess I didn't close that. Thought I did. Manage control center. This is in the part of the dock, I guess, for some reason. Weird. Anyway, there's your screensaver settings. Now, is this all like something that you to adjust when your screen blanks out? When it stops blanking on you go to screensaver to disable lock screen. You go to power management, disable the power management's shutdown or blanking of your screen, that kind of thing. Because you probably know that I like to have it stay on all the time if it's plugged into the computer. Only have it really affect power management whenever it's not plugged in. But now, if you do have other people who have access to your computer and you want to make sure they aren't able to get into it so easy, probably want to have lock screen on set so it automatically kicks over after a period of time. Either that or you have to remember to always lock it before you leave the room. So just be aware of that. Now we have one thing I like about Control Center and the ease of accessing it is that this will make Windows users feel real comfortable because they have control panel too. They have a control panel, it's a Control Center, very similar concept, and it looks a lot the same as, not exactly, but it has the same look and feel as Windows control panel does. If you remember, if you're used to Windows control panel, it's fit right in with what you're used to. Add remove software, login window. Speaking of which, add remove software, we get to test out the update notifier over here. It has some updates that need to be updated, so we get a chance to see how this works. It's a graphical interface for it. So yeah, you can update it through the terminal if you wanted to using Pac-Man, but I'm going to try this way and see what happens. Okay. So the nice thing about the graphical interface is easy to say, okay, I don't want to do this, I want to do that. So you click, you can say, I don't want to upgrade Thunderbird. So disable the upgrade. Just to show you how you disable the updates for certain programs. When you're ready, what do you do? Oh, apply. Hit the apply button down here. Hit that and put in your password. And away it goes. Apply. So it's kind of similar to when you do it on terminal. You have to say yes, I want to apply these upgrades. After it tells you how much total downloads and megabytes it's going to take to do it. Seems to be progressing pretty fast pace there. And but we'll pause this video until it finishes. Alright, it's finished. And we have everything upgraded apparently. I'm wondering if it's going to tell me that, oh here it goes, check integrity. It's not quite finished yet, I thought it was, but it's not. It's finished downloading apparently. Now it's checking available disk space. It's running pre-transaction hooks. It's upgrading all the different packages now. It's going fast enough, I think I'll just leave it on here for now. Updating grub, that means it probably did install a new kernel. Oh man, yeah, there it is, 510.4. Yeah, that's what it said. So yeah, you get this here, and you get it tells you everything. So these are all the things you'd see if you were updating in the terminal. That's running post transaction hooks, and finally, da 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 da. Goes to it. You just cut a lot of this part out. Boring to see you're watching paint dry on your OS. I'll let it run. Cut it out afterwards. Yay. Running post-transaction hooks. Alright, we're almost finished, I think. 20 out of 23. 3 more items finished. There, a restart required. Change takes back. So a tons of restarts required. I think on the terminal, if I remember correctly, you do Pac-Man, it just says something about recommending to restart your system, blah blah blah, for the kernels, new kernel to take effect, things like that. You go to your menu, you go to here to turn off this, you restart, and voila, there it goes. Bye bye. Not you, but the system's going bye bye. Yeah, that's what the login screen looks like. Very similar to the setup that we have here. And we're back to our screen now. The one weird thing is most of the distros take out this Manjaro Mate installation disk thing they have here. Because this one did when it logged into this system. Some they forgot to do, I guess, in the programming of this desktop. Some I don't know who blamed that was Manjaro Mate's fault or whatever. Anyway, so that's how you do the updates. Now we're going to check out the now the one weird thing about this is that the terminal doesn't automatically have a key binding for it. So you have to set it yourself, which is pretty simple to do, but still you got to set it yourself. I know that's one of the things that Cinnamon does have, is it has the key bindings for the terminal already set to Control Alt Control T, which is pretty standard control terminal control. But yeah, so the one thing I do like about this, it has a separate, it's got keyboard and keyboard shortcuts. So it's easy to locate and find here. Right to there. And then it just has them all divided into different accessibilities, desktop, blah blah, all these different things. There's a runner terminal right there. So it's disabled. They have a lot of key bindings for other things, but not for some weird reason terminal. So I'm going to go ahead and give it my standard key binding, which is meta or super enter return, mod 4 and return. And also I'm going to go down here so we can launch a browser and super mod 4b for that one. I could run the earth or some other things. That's how you do the shortcuts on here. And you got your windows, awesome. Help browser. Whoops, we didn't do that. I don't know if that's apply to help browser. So we want to go here to web browser and make that a mod 4b. Here's your logout, shutdown, lock screen, home folder, or you can play. Yeah, that's where I'd plug in my whoever I wanted this to be. Probably be like mod 4f or something like that. File manager. You can put whatever you want on here. You just whatever you like or used to or that kind of thing. Oh yeah, I need to go window closing, window management. Here we are. Switch, yeah, you can set all your windows, which I set these usually to mod 4 or meta key, super key, whatever you want to call it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when I go to switch to between, yeah, when I go down here to there's close window. I don't like the Alt F4, it's kind of awkward to push for me. So I like to go mod 4Q to quit out the window. Or you see if you want to close out the window, that kind of thing. Whatever you're used to, you know, bad, make it the way you want. So, yeah. Anyway, looking for smooth stuff. Now here's where I do this one. I'd use a mod shift 1, 2, 3, 4 here. This moves window to workspace 1, 2, 3, 4. And or you can use your key bindings here with shift control alt left, shift control right, shift control alt up, all that kind of weird stuff. Yeah, so that's all of them. You add, of course, your customized shortcuts by clicking this add button here. Like what I usually do is LibreOffice if I had it installed here. Writer. LibreOffice. 2 dashes, writer. And apply. And then I double click on this. And then my usual shortcut for that is Shift Control W. I usually use Shift Control to open up various programs and stuff in general. Certain things like web browsers and stuff like that, they're more systematic things. I usually open up with a mod key, but yeah, Shift Control W. So then close. Now if I had it, I could test it out. I can't test that, so since it's not installed yet, but we can go install it using the graphical manager. Let's do that real quick. Oh well, let's do this first. So we got my terminal up. Ta-da! Yes, key binding works. Yay! One thing I like about Simmons, key bindings always work when you plug them in. Same thing here with Montes, pretty much. They've always worked in the time I've missed this program. Let's find out what kind of kernel we got installed and stuff. So this is the kernel that we have on here currently. Since we did reboots, it's 5.10.42-1 Manjaro. Alright, now let's see if HTOP is installed. Yes, it is. Hooray. Let's expand that so we can see what we got here better. There you got your 4 CPUs cooking. You got memory, you have 483 megabytes out of 4 gigs that I put on this virtual machine. And it's pretty good for, yeah, it's one of the things I really liked about Mate. I think it's probably one of the key selling points of Mate is it's a very lightweight, traditional looking menu system. Desktop environment. Not as bulky as Cinnamon is in that regard. I mean, now Cinnamon would be about 600 some megabytes right now. But if you put this on a 12 gig memory computer like my other computer when I installed it over there to test it out on that one, it still was like real low, like 400 and some megabytes. So this is pretty good, I think, because the Cinnamon would be like 1.3 gigabytes or 1.6 or something like that at this stage of the game. So it's pretty good. And yeah, so this is the megabytes you expect it to be out of the box when you don't have much else running on it currently. I don't have anything cooking on this virtual machine other than Mate and the system resources cooking up in the background. So there you go. Pretty good. We'll compare that later with other systems. Now, of course, the skinniest, I want to put that way, skinniest system I've installed on here so far has been Xfce. Yeah. I mean, i3 was pretty skinny, but Xfce is even skinnier, or like 200 and some megabytes of data used. I think Xfce i3 used 300 to 400 megabytes of data, and this uses 400 and some megabytes, so it's right in the park. This is as good as Xfce's desktop environment's use of memory, so pretty good. And it's a key selling point of Mate. If you want a traditional cinnamon style like menu and desktop environment, then you can use this as your desktop environment. You want something that's skinnier for a lightweight or older computer or something like that, Mate would be a great choice for it. So let's say Xfce was a good choice too, but Mate would be a good choice. I like Mate for that purpose, yes. So let's look at our desktops and see what we got cooking here. You just right click on your desktop and you go change desktop background. There is your desktops. Yeah, very good selection of them, pretty much. So pretty nice looking. Like cinnamon, you just click on it and it automatically shows up on there. Ta-da! Or ta-da! Or ta-da! Yeah. I think if I had my druthers, I don't know if they have one this Mate version or not, but I think yeah, there it is. I'm sort of impartial to this particular one. As you can tell from the last time I installed Mate on Manjaro on my machine, did a review of it back when we did the new user distros reviews. Okay, so now we're going to look at the appearance theme on here. So we're going to go here menu, go to control center, look and feel appearances right there. And it's Black Mate is the theme I'm using on here. It wasn't what I installed with out of the box. I can't remember exactly which one of these it did install the box. Maybe it's Blue Manta. Oh no. Got Blue Manta, Blue Submarine, Green Laguna, Green Submarine, High Contrast Inverse, Matcha Leaves. Yes, several others down here. And Matcha Light Azul, Matcha Light C, Matcha, Traditional Green, and Traditional Okay, I guess. Feel like Oklahoma's okay too. And you can install them by clicking here. Now you have to download them previously and put them in your download directory or someplace like that. You click on this file manager type thing. You go down here, and if you download any themes in your download folder, then you click on there and then open them up. I'm not sure exactly where you get themes, but do that now. If you're used to Convantum, then you can Convantum Manager, which also manages your themes. Apparently, once you set it up, and I don't have this set up, so I can't show you, but once you set it up, you can install themes on it and stuff like that. So I need to look into that sometime, and so I know how to use it, huh? Main menu. Change which application is shown on the menu. So this is where you add menu items to this menu down here. Alright, let's see. I don't know what you add. Mate tweaks. Yeah. This I think might be, yeah, this is probably where we have the panel blank features. Enable dock right there. That's where you add your plank and you take it off. Now I think if you reboot at this point, it would stay there. But you can also disable it by clicking. It goes bye-bye. I knew I'd find it eventually. So it's under Mate Tweaks. And you get enable pull down terminal, enable keyboard LED. And select this icon size for panel icons. And default. Enable HUD. Not sure exactly what it is, but anyway, you got all these different things you select there. You got Windows. The appearance is where you also set your screen. I'm going to put these back to the right because I like them to the right better. You do right menu, left menu, you get more options here. Yeah, so we also need to tell you about something else down here. When I installed this on my computer out there, my other laptop, I basically installed it for my wife since I had Manjaro there in Mate, and I thought, well, it seemed because I installed on there. So I installed it on my laptop out there for my wife to use, and encountered one issue. I don't know if it's Mate's fault, I don't know if it's Manjaro's fault, or just its way, or it's computer's fault or something. The HP laptop. So who knows whose fault it is, but anyway, I haven't had this happen on any other system. I doubt it's the computer's fault itself. That's just some way some of Manjaro Mate's doesn't interact with it anyway. What happened was, close the lid, and I had this set to do nothing. It blanked out the screen is all it would do when it closed. Open it back up, said it was deactivated. It wouldn't reactivate the thing. I had to set a key binding for a script to turn the radio on, to turn on the Wi-Fi. Once Wi-Fi was turned on, it would work. But I tried to set it for system D commands so I could set it up so it automatically started, but I couldn't get that to work either. That's what people said to do. So it was kind of an impasse. I really didn't think she wanted to try to remember to hit Control Z every time she opened up the computer. And so I installed Fedora Cinnamon on it. I knew that would work good, and I knew Cinnamon would work that way. Didn't have any problems with that, so that's what I did there. But anyway, yeah, that's the only problem I really had with Mate that I couldn't figure out what to do about. Maybe a few days of hacking away at it, and doing internet searches and asking questions to people. I've been able to figure it out eventually, but I said, what the heck? I'm just going to install Fedora on it and be done with it. So I did. So I know she's got a stable desktop out there. Fedora 34 with Cinnamon D desktop environment on it. It works automatically. Be interesting if I installed Fedora Mate and see if it did the same thing or not. I don't know whether it was the operating system or it was Mate. Should have thought of that. Anyway, that's the only issue I had with that. Let's check out, go back and talk a little bit more before we end the program. So that's Manjaro Mate. It's pretty good. Like I say, I was impressed with it. Yeah, it's a lot like Cinnamon in a lot of regards, but it also has a few differences, minor differences, but differences nonetheless. And obviously, Cinnamon's a more heavyweight usage of a program, desktop environment, especially the more memory you got, the more it takes. At 4 gigabytes, Cinnamon was like 600 some megabytes of data used memory, like I said before, but Mate is 400, which is pretty good. And I think it's better even than Xfce desktop, because I think he used like 500 something. Not a big, huge difference there, but. So what I think of Manjaro Mate, I think it's a pretty good desktop environment. I really liked it. I was impressed by some things about it, and only with the Wi-Fi issue, not connecting up when you reopen the laptop lid. I liked it. A lot like Cinnamon. It has some same thing Cinnamon has. some is divided up and more, which is fine, you know. I can figure those things out pretty easy. So I find what I wanted to find and do what I wanted to do pretty much. If it wasn't for that one little glitch, I'd be out there on my desktop computer right now, Manjaro Mate. There you go. Now remember to like the video down below if you liked it. If you don't, you can click on like too. Or if you like this video, want to see more like this, you can hit subscribe. And we got more distros to review out of Manjaro's desktop environments. We've got Cinnamon, we've got Spongy, I think. And I think that's all the ones we got. Then we got the 3 official ones. We got the Gnome, Xfce, and a.k.a. So we have those 3 more to go too. When we check those out later in the future in future videos as we continue on those 3. Now I may throw some other videos in here, but we'll keep going until we finish it eventually. So we'll see you next time, and until then, remember, they may the Linux force be with you. Bye.